Just in case if you're new here, hi, my name is Clay, and I do makeup here. And if you're wondering how I came from looking like this unto looking like this, make sure to stay tuned after the intro. I did my taxes today, so I got fucked. But besides that, a good thing happened today. I received PR in the mail from Almay. So I'm going to be trying out their new blush and also mascara. And no, this video is not sponsored. Just in case if you don't know what exactly is going on and why this video might be a little choppy, I don't edit my videos anymore because I'm not getting paid. So yeah. So I'm going to first go ahead and prime. I'm going to use this Jergens Glow Luminizing Moisturizer as the primer. And I'm just going to rub that in my hand and apply that directly on the face. I want my foundation to have an underglow to it, and so that I can achieve that with a matte foundation, I'm going to apply a luminizer underneath it directly. And I'm going to take that directly down the neck. And I'm just going to make sure that is pushed into the skin very thoroughly. I might have applied too much, so this might take a few seconds. With a hydrated skin, always makes your foundation looks phenomenal. Anyways, so like I literally hold all my makeup in like this old Easter basket. I think it's cute. So yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little more illuminizer to it. I'm going to use this Luma by W7. This comes in a Dofa applicator. This is supposed to be like the Charlotte Tilbury glow, whatever it is. I highly doubt it's going to be like that because this was just $5. And I'm just going to put that on the high points of my face to add a little more luminosity to the skin. And I'm going to go ahead and take this foundation brush, sort of just blend that out. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. That's better. Now I'm going to take a little bit of color corrector right here, apply that to the corner of the mouth. No, that's not a herpy. It's literally a reaction to my mustache where I allowed my mustache to grow out a little bit because I was lazy. My skin is allergic, this part of my face upwards, is allergic to facial hair for some reason, but the lower half is not. So that's the reason why I look like I'm going through a second puberty, because I did not shave for a period of time. And I'm going to take a little more right here. And just blend that out so that it can neutralize the red. Normally I shave my forehead, but the hair follicles grew out and I had a reaction. And on top of that, I have eczema. And I'm going to take a little bit of this peach color corrector, apply it directly underneath the eyes to disguise the dark circles. Those dark circles that I have can be easily cured by getting an adequate amount of sleep every night and drinking water, but I'm an American who pays taxes and works for a living, so that's a little hard. Not impossible, but a little hard. And I'm applying a little more over this redness. Okay, it appears that I actually forgot to get my matte foundation, so I'm going to use this instead. It's a skin finish foundation. And I forgot my little pan. No, it's right there. Never mind. Before anyone asks, yes, this is a Bath & Body Works lid. Why? Because I don't like getting foundation on my hand. And I'm not paying $35 for a professional little piece of metal. That's essentially the same thing as this. So I'm going to go ahead and start from underneath the eyes because that's where it needs the most coverage. Sort of just tap that around and blend that downwards and over the nose. And I'm going to apply some foundation across the forehead. And to make sure that the coverage is there, what you do is you tap across the area of the skin to make sure that there is more coverage. And when you want to blend it out or shear it out, you go in circular motions. I think this foundation might be deoxidized or too dark for me. I'm not too sure. Anyways, I will lighten it up here just in a moment. I'll apply some down my neck where it won't be so obviously white. Now I'm going to go in with some concealer to highlight underneath the eyes and sort of lighten up the foundation. And I'm just going to take, actually I'm going to add a lot this time because this needs some lighting up. I would not recommend this normally for adding that much. Normally just a dot right there and a dot right there. and just sort of just blend outwards. Should add enough coverage for anyone. But due to I need this foundation to lighten up a little bit, I'm going ahead and adding quite a bit and dragging it downwards. And whatever's left over is going to go in the center of the forehead. Now I'm going to take my sponge, blend out underneath the eyes so that I can make sure that any product that has fell into the creases will be evenly distributed out. And it will absorb any excess product. I'm going to go in with the first PR product. This is the Olme Color Care Tint Stick. And I'm just going to apply that directly on the cheekbones. My cheekbones are higher set because I am part native. Anyways, with products like this, I always try to tap it on the skin instead of dragging it because that can disturb the foundation since this hasn't set yet. And also, I'm going to try this as my lipstick later in the video. Okay, you see how it's like, this is a very soft formula, so yeah, I'm not too sure how well this will hold up long term because it's already creating mess. I'm going to take the foundation brush that I used earlier for color correction and blend this out. And I'm going to use tapping motions. To me, it seems like it's already setting the blush. With blush, you normally want like a little more wiggle room than that. But it looks perfectly fine. Oh god, my face edges. I think the brush is falling apart. I need to get me more brushes pretty soon. I was planning on buying new brushes after when I got my tax returns, but like I technically owed, so no tax returns this year. So the new brushes will come later on. If I have any more money left over by the end of the month. Yes, I work a full-time job. Now I'm going to go in with some setting powder or press powder. Sort of just set underneath the eyes. And I'm going to use a fluffy brush. The best way to work with these types of pressed powders is to take it inwards and roll it where it can give more of an airbrush look. I'm taking a little bit and tapping right beside the nose because that's where I normally crease, and right in the smile line. I'm going to take a small amount, put it in the center of the forehead. Now I'm going to take a little bit of bronzer and I'm going to use the brush that I used earlier. Knock off the excess. And what I'm doing is literally taking it towards the box of my forehead and just blending it backwards. Then I'm going to take circular motions and bring it downwards, where it can warm up the face and also make me look a little more alive. I try my best to make things seem a little more seamless, but sometimes things don't work out the way they're supposed to, and that's perfectly fine. There's ways to combat and fix things while in the process of that. I don't know if this side looks a little too heavy or not. Yes, it does. So to sort of even everything out, I'm going to go in with some setting powder. Loose setting powder. And I'm just going to take the same brush that I was using earlier and go over it. And I'm just going to take that across the entire forehead. And take a small amount right here. Take it on the lower jaw to sort of sculpt it. And sort of just lighten up the lower portion of the jaw. Now I'm going to do a little bit of light contour. And I'm just going to sort of just draw downwards from the sideburns. And do a little bit of nose contour. That's a little heavy, so we're going to be extra snatched today. Do a little bit right there on in between the unibrow. And I'm going to put a small amount right there. to deepen the brow, to give it more of a masculine look. And I'm just going to take a little bit right there, a little bit right there. And there's no sense of doing contour on the side of the forehead because I already placed bronzer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the butt of this rounded sponge, tap out the area that I applied contour to. What we are doing, we are trying to create the illusion of shadow, where it can make the shape of the face a little more defined. There's hair on my sponge. And I'm just taking the tip of the sponge, just going backwards and forwards. This is a Milani sponge. Yes. I do quite enjoy their sponges. And I'm just going down the nose, sort of removing excess contour on the bridge. And now I'm going to go ahead and apply some highlight. I received this in PR like a month ago, but I do quite enjoy this product. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter. And I'm just putting it on the high points of my face so that create a little more luminosity and also define and contour the face along with that. Highlight and contour are both important when it comes to sculpting the face. And I'm taking a wet sponge. This is a different sponge. Don't know by who, but I got it at Target, which I'm not encouraging anyone to shop at Target at the moment because I bought this before the boycotts. Because they roll back on their DEI programs. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the eyes. I'm going to use the Juvia's Place eye primer. This is a water-based primer, so you do have to shake it up a little bit because a lot of times with water-based products, they can separate. And I'm going to put that on the back of my pan. Just a small amount like that is all you need. That's probably too much. And I'm just going to take what's on there and apply it with my finger from the inner corner. Then I'm going to take my sponge, since this is a pointed sponge. I'll take it into the crease. And sort of just evenly apply it across the lid. And I'm going to take this Jaclyn Hill palette with Morphe. This is ancient as hell. And I'm wanting more of a neutral look today. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is like a tan color. And just condensely pack it into the crease. Packing it allows more pigment to be consolidated in one area, and after when you get the amount of pigment that you do want, you take it and you take the brush and you start blending it in circular motions across the entire lid. Which I'm just keeping this into the crease because I'm going to make the lid a little more lighter than what's in the crease. I'll do the same on the other side so that I don't lose track. Now I'm going to go in with this khaki shade that's almost the same color as my skin. And apply that into the crease. So literally I'm taking the side of the brush, going into the inner corner of the eye, and packing it across the entire eyelid. Now I'm just blending it out. I'm not using 100 different brushes because no, I don't have the time for that. And I'm just taking a small amount of that and just applying it on the lower lid. Now I'm going to go ahead and take some of the shimmer, which is the first shimmer, apply it directly with the finger into the inner corner of the lid to give it like a false half cut crease. Now I'm going to take my brush and blend the inner corner to outwards. Now I'm going to clean up underneath the eye. I'm going to mix whatever leftover foundation and the leftover eye primer together. What I'm literally going to do is, you see how there's too much eyeshadow right here? I'm going to literally just take a brush and just carve out the eye. Then I'm going to take the sponge, blend that outwards, where it can give more of a lifted eye. And plus it brightens up underneath the eyes. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the brows real quick before I get to the mascara. I'm just going to do some brow gel because I don't like doing like a 3-step brow routine. Anyways, my brows are pretty well thick enough. So literally what I do is I go through it first, then I go back through it this way, then I reshape it. Now I'm going to go in with the Almay Thick Tint Mascara. This is in the shade Brown Black. They asked me what color I wanted. I said brown black. Because where I have blonde hair, that looks the most natural. When a black mascara, yes, can be beautiful. Don't get me wrong about that. But it is dramatic on me. And there's only certain times when I do end up using a black mascara. So literally what I do is I literally start from the root and blink. And just to keep it from clumping, I move the wand back and forth. Or left to right. Let me zoom in. That's very pretty. It's a little darker than how I would like it. I would like it more on like the taupey shade, but a dark taupe. But this is pretty good for what it is. Someone just texted me. I probably should curl my lashes, but I don't feel like it. They normally never hold anyway, so. It's pretty. I like it. With this product, it can easily clump, what I can tell, because like I had to zhuzh it up, like moving it backwards and forwards and stuff like that. But it's alright. It's decent. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and work on the lips. I'm gonna go in with this because it's also supposed to be like a lip tint also, what was shown to me in their advertisement. So I'm gonna take like a small amount with my finger because I don't feel like rubbing it on my lips because, and I'm switching up the fingers because I don't want my mouth germs all over this if I'm gonna use it more and more. That's a little too light for me, for my lips. But I can make it work. I like it better as a blush. Even though I think it might have disappeared as a blush. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and take some eyeliner, gold eyeliner, and use it as a lip liner. If it's safe for your eyes, it's safe for your mouth. That's my motto. And I'm going to highlight the lips. Oops, I was not in frame. That's a little better. I need some gloss. Put the cap back on because germs. There's my gloss. There's my gloss. And I'm going to use this Hard Candy lip gloss. This is old and I need some new one. And I need to figure out somewhere else besides Walmart to purchase this at. Could probably buy it online directly. And I'm just going to apply a little bit on the lower lip. I'm not going to apply any on the upper lip. I'm just going to rub my lips together because my lips are tucked inwards because I don't know why. But they are. Okay, that's pretty. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay. Now I'm going to take some setting spray and set the face. And I'm just allowing this setting spray to sort of just melt the makeup, infuse it all together. And I don't have all day to wait, so I'm just going to take my sponge and start underneath the eyes to blend this outwards. Blend this out, I mean. Why is my acne starting to peek through? I don't think I applied enough foundation. Oh well. Okay, and to add a little more coverage, I'm going to take this pressed powder and go over the acne. I'm just using tapping motions. This is a complete look. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video to all your friends. And with that being said, I do thank you for watching. Remember to do all things with love. And until next time,